Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Should You Bother. Today we're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm going to keep this review entirely spoiler-free because I want everyone to experience the game for themselves, because this game is excellent. I like the Harry Potter universe, the Wizarding World. I've watched all the movies, I've watched the Fantastic Beasts movies, and generally I've liked the world, but haven't been really in love with it. Like, my wife absolutely loves this world. But this game made me fall in love with the Wizarding World to the point I want to rewatch everything and get really deep into this. This game score is going to be an S. I've only given one other game an S, and that was Cyberpunk when I reviewed it last summer. And I can only think about 20 games total I'd ever put in the S rating. This game is a Game of the Year contender for me, and it's just excellent. Everything about it I've liked. There's been a couple issues. There's been a lot of controversy around it. People hating on people who play the game. I think that's all silly. People can play whatever video game they want. There's evil people behind everything in the world. If you're going to use Amazon, if you're going to play a game, if you're going to watch Netflix, I'm sure there's an evil person who does terrible things behind all of those things. So it's really not fair to blame people for playing games they like. There's technical issues with this game. There's random FPS drops. I don't experience it in a specific spot or in a specific visual. There's nothing that triggers it. It just kind of randomly happens where I'll go from 100 frames, which is my max, down to like 30 for no reason. And it stays that way for a second, then goes away. I think it's, someone was saying, is a memory leak, but that happens every 10 minutes or so, which is really annoying, but it's not game breaking at least. One of my friends online has stopped playing the game because there's crashes, so there's definitely performance issues. But when you start to look past performance issues and the stigma that was created around the game, but everyone seemed to ignore, the game is beautifully made. It feels like a developer paid attention to the world that people loved and really, really created something great inside of it. Everything from the main story to the combat to all the side stuff. There's so many side things to do in this game that you can get lost. And I spent hours doing completely useless stuff. As you can see on my channel, I'm a Pokemon fan, and there's an area in this game where you can contain beasts and like have a different collection of beasts from the world. Well, of course, they put shiny versions of them in the game where you can basically find a starred special version that's a different color. And being a Pokemon person, I had to do that, so I've been doing that. You can completely redecorate your room of requirement, which is just basically your own buildable space. There is like arenas, there's collectibles, there's side missions, there's all these different relationships. There's so much to get into that it feels like there's so much to do. And each house gets like specific missions, so if you really want to experience everything, you gotta play 4 times. The game just has such an awesome amount of content for this day and age. I feel like most games are missing content or always content light. Like right now in DMZ and Modern Warfare Multiplayer, we're just begging for content because we're getting drip feed content. Even in like some single player releases, you get stuff that clearly feels like it was cut from the game for DLC, or the game's just really short. This is not one of those games. They packed so much into it, but they left room for expansion, but they've packed so much into the game that you can get so many hours out of this. This game has made me love a universe that I just liked before, and has made me want to replay this game all 4 times to experience everything. The level of customization, the level of exploration that's here is incredible. I will say, if you're going to compare it to stuff like some of the best story games like The Last of Us, the story isn't as dramatic. It's a very good Harry Potter or Wizarding World story. It fits very well in that universe. It's really fun to play up, but it's not mind-blowing. I guess that's a critique I have. But it's still good. It's not like something I would knock the game for. Just because it didn't reinvent the wheel doesn't mean it's bad. It did what a Harry Potter Wizarding World story would do, and they did it well. So that's incredible. And to be able to kind of lean into the dark arts in this game is really, really fun. There is just so much cool, like, effort put into this game. You can see it. Like the castle, you can go pretty much anywhere. Everything around Hogwarts is super well done. Everything around Hogsmeade is super well done. There's some like generic areas in between, but the map's bigger than I expected it would be. So just seeing the love and care in the important locations, I can imagine just a Harry Potter like fanatic just getting lost here for hours. Even me, someone who doesn't know the history, is sitting here looking at stuff. I'm reading these pages I'm finding. So it's a really, really just beautiful game that I could not be happier with and could not be more blown away with. I guess my expectations are pretty low for it, just because I feel like a lot of these IP-based games have not done super well. But this one has blown me away, and I can't wait to hear what everyone else thinks. So let me know what you thought about in the comments below. If there's anything you'd like to see out of Hogwarts Legacy, I'm not sure how many videos I'd make on it just because it's a single player game. I don't want to ruin it for people. I might stream it, but the game has blown me away, and I just can't say enough good things. I'm going to try to keep this spoiler free because I don't want to ruin it for anybody. You can all experience it for yourself. But if you're worried about the game, don't be. If you felt pressured not to play the game, try your best to ignore it because this is a great experience and truly Game of the Year potential. I'm going to have some gameplay playing after this so you can see what the combat looks like and the general feel of the game without any story beats. So enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next review.
Revelio. Revelio.
I tell you this, Hogwarts is lucky they've got protection charms. Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination. I'll check your pockets up. What have you done?
Incendio. One less poacher in the wizarding world.
I'll make you wish you were back at school. Pay for your deeds.
Petrificus totale! Get still bad, that one!
I did it. And an Ashwinder, no less.
How nice of you, Stover.
I should have been your death.
You only had Ranrock to blame. Avada Kedavra!
Incendio!
Release me!
One less human to worry about. Tips. Get away! Hit it! You're like
Rest easy, my large friend.
You'll regret crossing my path.
I've never seen such magic.
To your knees.
Nice try.
Had enough?
You're making this too easy.
Easily diverted.
Ranrock won't be stopped.
Death from above!
Reducto.
Such arrogance.
Ranrock has fooled you all to your demise.